Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Matt with RTCG. Today's video is all about Magic the Gathering and why I think new Magic with Universes Beyond and everything they're doing right now with collector boxes and all of that is king. I think that the path forward for Magic looks very bright. I think that just like Rudy says, I think old Magic is kind of fading away. It's the boomers Magic, okay? We are focused on the future and where Magic heads from here. And I think they're making some brilliant, amazing decisions with Universes Beyond. Yes, I am new to Magic, so just know I'm a little bit biased here. I got in with Final Fantasy, and so as your wheels start turning, if you're an established kind of Magic the Gathering fan, you've been part of the hobby with Magic for a long, long time. I understand that my opinion and my values and thoughts here may not be super valuable. You may not, value them as highly as others, and that's okay. But I want to give my perspective as someone that is newer to Magic and kind of what brought me into Magic, my history with Magic, and why I'm so positive towards the future of this amazing TCG and card game. So my history of Magic the Gathering, just right off the bat, is I played in high school. I'm a 90s kid, so I'm a bit of a boomer myself, in my 30s and whatnot. I played Magic with a group of friends in high school, but that group of friends, we didn't stay close together. We didn't stay really connected as we went into college. And so while my love for Pokemon, while my love for things like Yu-Gi-Oh and other things, I had friend groups that still played those, interacted with those TCGs. Magic and I kind of separated ways naturally in life. I still have some of my old school Magic cards. None of them are particularly crazy. I just played a mono white deck back in the day. And I was pretty bad at it. But Final Fantasy, I'm a huge gamer, huge nerd. Final Fantasy IX is the first game I ever completed. And so when I saw that Magic the Gathering was doing a partnership for Universes Beyond with Final Fantasy, I was head over heels and in a position where I could actually do more, like buy more products, be more involved with Magic the Gathering. And that's primarily because this is all for a purpose, y'all. I'm building up the anticipation. It's all because I started buying and selling Pokemon cards. I started an online TCG business. I resell cards. I buy and sell collections. I buy Japanese sealed products and sell it there. And the whole reason I'm giving you this history lesson of what got me back into Magic is because I think that's important to lay the groundwork for why I'm so positive towards the future of Magic the Gathering. So yes, I am a Pokemon primarily a Pokemon TCG enjoyer, right? And I know that the meme with Final Fantasy was all the sneakerheads and Pokemon people got into Magic, try to take advantage, become, kind of scalp the product and do everything there, quick flips. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I've sold a lot of Magic the Gathering cards now, but honestly, a lot of Final Fantasy. I did a kind of a mini mass box opening of play booster boxes. Was able to source about 2 cases of those. Was very successful selling those cards. Also found some really great deals on commander decks and sold those early on. And so that's kind of my history. And I know that for a lot of people maybe tuning in to this point, you're now 3 to 4 minutes into the video. I get it. A lot of you are probably ready to tune out. Maybe some of you have already clicked away because of the perspective that I'm bringing to this conversation. And if that's you, mad respect. If you have that hand on that X, you're hovering that X button, you're like, this guy is full of it. This guy's a clown. You're okay to click away. You're okay to hit that dislike button before you go as well. But I think that my experience does showcase what am I trying to say? An older person getting back into Magic, because all of the studies and everything we see right now is that there's a lot of young people engaging with Magic the Gathering. There's a lot of younger people in their teenage years, maybe getting into Magic as their first TCG or CCG. And that's amazing. Honestly, that stat alone should give you so much hope for the future of this card game that you love and you adore. But also, this one little data point of my story, I hope it encourages you if you're an established Magic the Gathering fan. I understand that some people that are really established really dislike Universes Beyond, but my story, I think, is maybe a more positive way to look at it. Because while, yes, I do engage in TCGs in a kind of unique way as a reseller, I also play Magic the Gathering Arena. I also have some cards that I set away in a collection, primarily from Final Fantasy, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, I also bought a Spider-Man collector box as well, which is pretty crazy. I've never opened anything kind of like this that costs this much. That's this whatever. This product is crazy, guys. And so, yeah, that's my experience. So let's talk a little bit about the future of Magic the Gathering and why I think it's king. I think it's better than vintage Magic. And then I'll kind of show, like, let's talk a little bit about vintage Magic first. Like, overall, I think vintage Magic is super cool. The more I listen to somebody like Rudy or Talarian and you know, all of these other people online that are really established, like, kind of Magic the Gathering content creators, and talk about the space and talk about the nostalgia and what they experienced when they were younger and how they're kind of disappointed with where Magic's heading. I resonate with that. Like, part of me really feels that because I can see the genuineness, I can see the passion behind what they're saying, and I can see that they're losing a piece of something that they loved, or they perceive that they're losing something in order for Magic to go forward. They're kind of letting some things go that they've loved in the past. And I think that definitely has the potential to disenfranchise people, and obviously from what I've heard it definitely has. But I think that Magic the Gathering establishing a younger fan base, whether that's just for the like crazy chases in the collector boxes, or if that's using Universes Beyond to rein people into the card game through Commander, like more casual experiences, or getting people more looped in and wrapped into the more competitive side of things, those are net positives, I think, for the game, and that cannot be understated. I love Universes Beyond, and when I look at this kind of screenshot, this roadmap forward for Magic, where you have 7 sets being released in 2026, 4 of them being Universes Beyond, 3 of them being core sets. I know that's such a disappointment for a lot of people, but for me, that gives me a lot of hype. And not just for the reasons you're thinking. I'm not a huge Star Trek fan, okay? That set, while I think it's probably going to be interesting, can't wait to see the card art and everything, I don't know about Star Trek because I'm not a Star Trek fan. But things like The Hobbit, that's exciting. Things like Marvel superheroes, that's exciting as well. And primarily for me, those 3 Universes Beyond sets, while I think they're going to be neat, except for Star Trek, I'm a little bit down on that. I think I'm going to enjoy Marvel superheroes. I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy The Hobbit. I think everyone kind of resonates with that fantasy kind of scenery and that scenario. I'm mostly excited about this unreleased Universes Beyond set. And I know there's a lot of speculations around it, but honestly, I'm really excited to see what they can do with some of the IPs that I love and cherish, because the way they treated something like Final Fantasy blew my mind. I felt like it was the art was beautiful. The art resonated with me. It brought me back to like old school memories of playing through the games, resonating with the characters, people like Cloud or Lightning, people like Sephiroth, all of that, like Zidane. Like, I love all of that. It resonated with me, not to mention that whenever I got onto Magic Arena, I started playing with those cards, putting cards and decks together. I was like, these are beautiful cards because they resonate and they have to, you know, if you read into it, you know, like the stories of the games, you can read those cards and be like, wow, they really thought about this. Like, this card reminds me of Cloud. This card reminds me of this character or that character. Look at Yuna and it being a summoner and what all of that means. Look at all the summons, you know, like that was really exciting for me. And that kind of made me get bit by the Magic the Gathering bug. Not just from a reseller's perspective, like that's a whole nother thing. I'm pointing over here because that's where my inventory is in my room. That's a whole thing, right? Like reselling and Magic the Gathering, it's becoming a larger and larger portion of what I do, which is really exciting. But more than that, it made me get excited about the game itself. It made me start looking back at older sets. understanding more cards from Tarkir or Aether Drift and all of these things. Like, it started making me more interested in the core Magic the Gathering lore and experience. And for example, like, while I am excited for the Universes Beyond sets in 2026, I'm more excited to see the world of Lorwyn, right? I'm excited to firsthand get my hands on packs and open them and start to look at the arts and start to gather some of these storytelling elements and all of the cards and what they do for the plane of Lorwyn. Like, I'm really excited to meet and learn more about those characters. Or Strixhaven. I haven't had the opportunity to open the previous Strixhaven set. I know that everyone, thinks that probably was going to be a Harry Potter set and it became Strixhaven for whatever reason. I'm excited to learn about that. I'm excited to learn about some of the like more unique mechanics that were introduced there and what they're going to do with that moving forward. All of that to say is I think that this new Magic strategy is, for some people, and maybe it's just me, I think that Universes Beyond does actually invite people into the core Magic the Gathering experience, the core Magic the Gathering sets. It is that hook that can get people like pulled in deeper and deeper into the hobby. And it doesn't all have to be this negative kind of downtime on Magic, thinking they're just trying to cash out for a quick buck. I think there is a lot of potential there for other people to have a similar experience to me, whether they resell or not. Just if they just casually created a deck around Spider-Man for to play with their friends for Commander Night, like that experience and getting them into an environment where they can play and engage with other people in the hobby, I think that opens doors for a deeper conversation there. And ultimately, it creates more fans, it creates more people in the hobby playing the game, and I think it creates this situation where people are going to look back. People are going to look back. Does that mean that like old vintage Magic all of a sudden is going to soar in value and Rudy's going to be even more wealthy than he is? I don't know. Like, maybe one day it will. Like, I hope it does have its moment, or it's another moment where it gets a whole another leg up and it blows up. I think that'd be awesome. But more so, I think what it's doing for me, I think this is a good example. Like, this is we're early October, right, in 2025. Rudy just released a box opening of Ice Age, and I just watched that video, and I was hyped to see the cards. There's no foils, there's no mythics. Like, I was just hyped to see and learn and hear from somebody that was there during that time, that has the nostalgia. I resonated with that, and I'm not like I'm a Pokemon bro, right? Like, I'm a reseller. Like, people hate on that, Like, I think that I'm just one data point, right? My experience is anecdotal, but I do think that what Magic's doing is giving the opportunity for more of these types of experiences. And I'm excited about that. So if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. Please consider liking and subscribing. We're getting closer and closer to our goal of 1,000 subs. I'd really appreciate it if you consider doing that. Let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts are on new Magic. Are you mostly pessimistic towards Universes Beyond and the direction that they're heading? Are you mostly optimistic? Are you, or maybe you've been disfranchised, you don't play anymore? I'd love to know your perspective, learn from you, and kind of take your perspective and see how that aligns with mine, because none of us are going to agree 100%. This last part of the video I'm going to wrap up here is just kind of what I hope to see from Magic for future sets. And this is probably going to make some people mad, okay? And I'm okay with that. So, a little bit about me, right? Like, I love Final Fantasy. I'm a gamer. You know that I like Universes Beyond, right? Like, I love that. And here's the deal. I think that Magic the Gathering is, I heard Kitchen Table TCG. I want to be sure to credit these people that I see this content from. But Kitchen Table TCG, their podcast, they just talked about this idea that we need to stop looking at Magic the Gathering as the game and more as the gaming console. And then the different Universes Beyond and different sets are the games that you put into the cartridges you put into the Super Nintendo. But Magic the Gathering is the Super Nintendo kind of experience. It's the mechanics, it's the platform from which you play. And I think Magic, being the best TCG in the world, has the bones to make that happen. And then I started thinking, like, you know what else kind of has the best bones to be able to incorporate all these other kind of elements? It's Fortnite. What Epic Games has done with Fortnite, allowing it to become this like sensational hit. And I know, man, maybe I just lost everybody watching this video, and that's okay. Maybe you're a Fortnite hater. There's a lot of Fortnite haters, but listen, Fortnite has proven itself time and time again to be this cultural phenomenon, melding in anime, superhero movies, John Wick, like Transformers, all of these crazy, phenomenal things from Ariana Grande to different, K-pop demon hunters. Like it's crazy. All these things melding and mixing into this beautiful amalgamation, this monster that is Fortnite. And not to mention, like, yes, they built the foundation. That's the battle royale, but there's also this creative mode that allows people to take those building pieces and create all new games and worlds and experiences from that. And I think that Magic is kind of positioning themselves in the same way, but as a physical TCG. And so that makes me really excited. And I think that's one of the reasons why I kind of resonate with Universes Beyond, because that's kind of the vision that I see behind it. And it makes me really excited because I'm not a Fortnite hater. Honestly, I haven't touched Fortnite in months, like probably 6 to 8 months. I haven't played the game. But every so often I'll go back and see what's new because I like Fortnite. I think what they've done is spectacular and fantastic. And millions and millions of people love Fortnite. And so on that topic, I'm going to end with this bombshell. Like, I really hope that the unannounced Universes Beyond in 2026, I really hope an upcoming Universes Beyond set is Fortnite. Okay, I'm throwing that out there. I think Fortnite Universes Beyond would be spectacular. I'd love to see a set of Fortnite Universes Beyond. I would love to see Peely, Jonesy, the Scar. Oh man, pickaxes, like give us a building mechanic that you can kind of play around and riff around. Anyways, we're gonna end it there. I probably don't have anybody else watching, but let me know down below, what are your thoughts on Fortnite? I'll see you for the next one. Peace.